Geminis, welcome. This is a general reading. It's also a timeless reading, so this can apply whenever you find it, or it may apply to you in the future. This could also be finding you for somebody else in your life, so if it doesn't resonate with you, please leave it. It's not meant for you, but if it does apply to somebody else in your life, it may have found you for that reason, and you can go ahead and share this with them. If it does resonate with you, please hit that like button. If you want to claim this reading as yours, please do so down in the comments. And we start out with the the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands does talk about some adventure. He's a very free-spirited person. He can be very passionate, even lusty. He's very creative. But the Knights mean something is already in action. Where the Pages means something coming in, like a message or something, the Knights mean it's being put into action. So this is something that is currently in action for you. Let's see. Where else are our Geminis at? And we have the Ten of Discs. And the Ten of Discs talks about bringing everything together to build the life that you want. And it looks like the 10 is a good place to be with the Disc card. And then we do have the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is very strategic and well planned. He knows exactly what he wants. He's clever and thoughtful and intentional in his decisions, okay? And then we do have the Nine of Swords. This has been coming out a lot today. And the Nine of Swords talks about mental anguish and suffering. It can talk about anxiety. It is also the mental health card. But it does talk a lot about anxiety and being up inside your head in some way with thoughts. It can even come out in nightmares and things like that, okay? Let's see here. What brought our Geminis to this point? And we have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords speaks of a very painful ending to something. But usually with that painful ending, this being a Swords card, it also does bring a certain amount of clarity to it. If you look at the top of this card, it says delusion. But it's like when this Ten of Swords hits and it comes in, it kind of breaks those delusions and brings a sense of clarity with it. But it's not it's in a very painful way, okay? And then we do have the Moon card. And the Moon card can talk about intuition and trusting yourself. It can also talk about mysteries, secrets, and lies as well, and illusions of some kind. The Moon does represent illusions as well as intuition. And then we have the Sun card. That's very interesting. And the Sun card is kind of the opposite to that. It talks about illumination, illuminating all the things around you in truth. Okay, it also talks about joy and harmony and things. So let's see here. And the salamanders on this are being pointed out to me. And the salamanders are a sign of someone who is proficient in all divination skills. It's a totem for that. Okay, let's move forward. Let's see. Where does this take our Geminis in the future? Where does this take? Okay. And it takes us to a state of recovery. The Nine of Wands does talk about recovery, but it's talking about recovery in a very specific way. It's talking about someone who's very persistent and sets boundaries in some way. This could be financially, where we set a budget. This could be with other people, where we set our boundaries and we're very persistent on them. There is no crossing them. And this does help with recovery in a lot of ways. Before that, we do have the Six of Cups, which talks about nostalgia. It also can talk about a gift coming in, someone gifting you something. And we'll clarify, what this will mean. And the lighthouse is being pointed out to me in this card. It's kind of out in down here in the back here is a lighthouse. And it's kind of like, the way I'm seeing it right now is something from your past is like the lighthouse to you. It's bringing you home, or it's calling you home, or you're missing home, maybe. Okay. And we have the Star card. I cannot believe you have the Moon card, the Sun card, and the Star card in one reading. Okay. There has been a lot of major arcanas today, but the Moon, the Sun, and the Star. And the Star card talks about renewal of hope and inner clarity and having miracles and faith in things, okay? And it can also talk about being put into the spotlight. But in this, I really do feel like it's a renewal of hope of some kind. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. And as my readings go along, they get clearer and clearer, okay? And on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Five of Cups, which does talk about regret and grief. You can talk about the feeling unloved and abandoned as well, okay? Let's start clarifying some of this for you and see if we can get some answers here. What is this Ten of Swords for our Geminis? Okay, which has the Ten of Cups, but this card also wanted to come out, so I want to take this one as well. And we have the Page of Wands. Well, the Ten of Cups is like almost the opposite of, well, not quite the opposite of the Ten of Swords, but it has an opposite energy to the Ten of Swords. It is like complete contentment and happiness with the way that your life is. And the Page of Wands, you know, can talk about a new project or creative idea. It can also talk about a lustful person. Let's see. Let's keep going with this, because that's clarifying the Ten of Swords, which is a painful ending. So I don't know if a painful ending happened to your contentment with a creative project or a creative person. Let's see here. Clarifying the Moon card, we do have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. And the Nine of Pentacles talks about self-sufficiency and financial gain and solo pleasures. Okay. So I think it is telling you to follow your intuition on whatever financial opportunity that's around you, and to work very hard on your skills, and follow your intuition and trust yourself on that, okay? And the Sun, please. And maybe another one had already ended, a different thing ended. Let's keep going here. Okay, and the Sun is clarified by the Four of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. And the Four of Cups talks about feeling unfulfilled. It can talk about surprise gifts, but it's usually feeling unfulfilled. Did we already have the Four of Cups in this? No. Okay. And the Eight of Pentacles talks about, like I was just saying, working hard and mastering your craft. So I am getting the sense here that this is talking about maybe there was an ending, kind of a painful ending though, to something in your career or business that you saw as your Ten of Cups, but then a new opportunity came in here. And it's telling you to trust your intuition and trust yourself on this, because this is going to bring in, you know, this is a solo project, and it's going to bring in, you know, a decent living for you here. This feeling of discontent is going to change into this Eight of Pentacles. You got to work very hard, but this opportunity is here for you. Okay, let's keep going here. And that was in your past. And now we're at the Knight of Wands. Let's see here. How does the Knight of Wands here apply to our Gemini? And we have the King of Swords. So this is telling me that, you know, this is a creative project. You know, this is something creative and something, something kind of free-spirited. But it's also asking you to use that King of Swords and be very strategic with this, okay? And Ten of Discs. You have the 8, 9, and 10 of discs. Like, that is awesome, okay? And the 10 of discs, please. One card for the 10 of discs, please. And we have the 4 of Swords clarifying the 10 of discs. And the 4 of Swords talks about retreat, rest, renewal, solitude, and recovery. Okay, I want one more card on this. Give me one more card. You know, because I think you're recovering from one situation but going directly into another. And we have the 8 of Swords. Okay, this is causing you some anxiety here. But it's self-imposed, because this 8 of Swords says this is self-imposed restrictions, and you're holding yourself back. It's almost like you're self-sabotaging from reaching that 10 of discs state and this 10 of cups. Like, you got the 10, both of the two 10 cards that are some of the best cards in the deck. But you also have them clarify, you know, you have the 10 of Swords with the 10 of Cups, and you have the 8 of Swords with the 10 of Discs, which is telling me you're all up in your head. And this seems to be an energy right now today that I seem to be reading with people, is almost like being so caught up in your own thoughts, you're missing opportunities that are right here ahead of you. Well, I don't think you're going to miss them. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but that you're not seeing them as they're laid out in front of you here. What is this King of Swords, please? Yeah, and you got the King of Swords twice, so it is asking you to do this. Yeah, you have the Ace of Cups and the Empress. The Ace of Cups can talk about new love. It can talk about marriage, proposals, babies, but it also can talk about any opportunity that you love or anything spiritually. And the Empress, you know, she's all about creation. She births things into reality. That's what she does. All right, you have the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords. Kind of like you have the 8, 9, 10 of Discs. They're like almost opposing. Yeah, and it's telling me what you're suffering about is your new opportunity. You have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, and your suffering is about this Ace. This is being clarified by the Ace of Wands, which is a new project or inspiration, and the urge to create. Okay, let's keep going here. What is this Star card, please, for our Geminis? You know, and there might be someone with this Ace of Cups and this Empress. This could be somebody, because, you know, this is a masculine energy that they're asking you to come into. This is a feminine energy. And with the Ace of Cups between the two of them, this could be a love situation. And this could be the creative, you know, situation in your life. Like, you may have two different situations going on here. But if this is a love situation, you know, the Empress is a good energy. And the Star card is clarified by the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands talks about taking very quick, immediate action onto something, okay? So this isn't like holding back. This is like, okay, this is here. I need to act now, okay? And it means now. So when this opportunity does come in for you with that Star card, which is going to happen here real soon, act on it and act with great force and give it everything you got. Okay, 6 of Cups, please. What is this 6 of Cups? You have the 6 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Pentacles is kind of like a giving or receiving of help and generosity, okay? So whatever you have, because I do also get the sense like you miss home. Maybe your parents are helping you, or maybe because I do get that there's a giving and receiving of help, but I also get the sense that you miss something about your childhood, something about home. I'm not sure how the two play together. There's a generosity in this somehow, though. And maybe somebody from your past is going to come in and help you in some way. What is this, Nine of Wands? We have the Ace of Swords. Okay, come on. That's 3 aces. That's a lot of new opportunity coming in for you, especially with the Moon, the Sun, and the Star card. Like, you have opportunity surrounding you everywhere, okay? So the Ace of Swords talks about new ideas. It can talk about new conflict. I don't see that in here. But it also does talk about mental clarity, okay? And with these Swords cards that I'm seeing over here, this 10 of Swords, this 9 of Swords, this 8 of Swords, I think this is what it's telling you need to do to recover that situation that's playing out in your life right now, is you need to set boundaries and be very persistent. Although I do feel like it's mostly inside yourself, it can be being caused from people outside of yourself, but because you're allowing it to be, okay? So it's for this new mental clarity, for that mental suffering to clear up. It looks like what you're going to have to do, and that you're going to do here in the future, not too long from now, is you're going to realize you need to set strong, firm boundaries somewhere in your life and be very persistent about it to clear up, you know, and then you'll get that new clarity in your mind. You'll feel a lot better, okay? And on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Tower. I can't believe you have the Tower too. Okay, so with all this Moon, Sun, and Star coming in and the Tower on the bottom of the deck, I do feel like that's coming in because it's going to change your life. When the Tower comes in, you know, it is a complete changing to the foundation of our life or who we are. You know, like, it changes us in such a way that we grow from it. And that's what Tower moments do. They help us grow. They help us change our lives. And that is definitely happening for you here with all the aces, the Moon, the Sun, the Star, the Tower. You know, the Tower doesn't feel good when it happens, but what it ends up rebuilding into is what you needed, the growth, you know, for your life. Let's see here. Let's get some animal advice here for our Geminis. Animal advice for Gemini on this reading, please. And you have the Dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Yeah, and I see that. Rise with dignity. It is time. All right, Geminis, thank you so very much for being here with me today. If this resonates with you, if you have a lot of change going on in your life, please hit that like button. If this really resonates with you and you feel like it is your reading, please claim it down in the comments below so I know it's getting to the people that needs it. And if you'd consider subscribing to my channel, I'd love to have you here and do more future reads. Thank you again for being here, and until we meet again.